We'll do a bunch of stuff. I love that tune.
Okay. How we doing? How we doing? I had to. Still no audio. I didn't unmute at first. Let me change it. That's better. Yeah. I was a bit slow on the unmute button there because I don't have any of my hotkeys set up. Oh, I will explain. There we go. Okay, I will explain what happened. I will explain the thing. Or I will explain the thing. Oh, and I changed like that. There we go. That's better. That's better. Like, yeah. Actually, sorry guys. I'm being a weirdo. I changed the close up as well to be like that. Let me know if you like this better than the old way. Okay, so I will tell you. Actually, I'll just go back to this for the close up. I will tell you the story. Let me tell you a story of woe and tribulations. See what happened. What happened was there was a Windows update. Now, those of you on Windows 10 are already quaking in your boots because you know what that means. That means we're rolling the dice on whether the computer will actually work or not. And as it turns out, none of my microphones worked. I couldn't even use the inboard motherboard mic. I couldn't use that. Good golly, I couldn't use the onboard mic that is built into the motherboard of my computer. So, what I did was I tried troubleshooting several times. I waited. I wait since I don't stream on Thursday. I waited the entire day to see if a new update would come out. Well, no, of course not. Of course, you can share this on the Twitter. We're not. See, Friday streams are supposed to be for creative pursuits. So I'm just going to tell the story of what happened. It was definitely Pender conspiring against me because he knows that my stream is superior, just like my mug. See, look, this mug right here, superior in every way to the ugly mug. I had a whole plan. Since it's Friday, I don't know. Let me know if you guys want me to read the monologue that died. And the upside is, I got the Pinder Ugly mug and I drank coffee out of it. I drank coffee out of it. The very first time I drank any coffee out of it, just one sip, bam, testicular cancer. And as we all know, that is the worst kind of cancer because you have to cut off your balls to die. So what I did is I did a system restore, which is I went back to the previous version of Windows and fix the problem. Just completely fix the problem. So I'll go back to this. So if you update your computer, things stop working, you can always revert to the previous version. However, you're going to have to reinstall all of your stuff. You're going to have to reinstall all of your stuff to get it to work properly, which is just a little bit irritating. Yeah. Also follow me on Gab. It's very useful. I didn't get any of this out there. I just need to know if I need to fiddle with any of the microphone settings. Do I sound quiet? Do I need do I sound echoey? Tell me the things. Tell me all the things that need to be told and done and all of that stuff. Because I'm only going for 30 minutes today. Because yeah, I and you guys can let me know if you know what, I think I'll go ahead and alright, it sounds fantastic, sounds fine. Go. So anyway, Big Rig and Bear, see, that's just not possible because my face is perfect in every way, almost every way. Currently, my regular glasses crash again. I'm using safety glasses, and I missed my appointment for the optometrist, so I need to reschedule. Oh yeah. I try to face the mic. I try to keep it so it keeps detecting me. Hey there, Armenian Bear. So anyway, that's what I did. Oh boy, yeah, that's a good reason to always be wearing a hat. All right, so I will be having Killswitch Bear on tomorrow for the Steelman of Hey Honky Bear. I will be having Killswitch Bear on tomorrow for the Steelman of Rape Culture. We will be asking, does rape culture is reals? And we will try and Steelman rape culture being real and argue against the Steelman as much as possible. It'll be fun. Come along. Yeah. I try not to move around that much. Big Rig and Bear. I try not. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. We will be steel manning that one. Yeah, that's actually just about it. As long as I sound okay, I look okay. I had to reset up all of uh Vito. He's the guy running against Ted Cruz, right? I think he's an NPC. Like legit, I think he's an NPC, and you shouldn't vote for NPCs because NPCs are horrible. I think that's it. I think that's everything, guys. I think that's everything. I don't have any creative thing to be doing with you guys today. Um, I think that's really it, guys. Yeah, sorry about the. So if any of you saw the static earlier today, that was OBS getting reset up because I had to reinstall it. I had to reinstall all of my stuff. So I don't even have my hotkey set up for OBS anymore, and so that was annoying. But now I've got the mic working, and I will have Killswitch Bear on tomorrow for the Steelman show, for a Steelman show. And next week we will be having another fun interview. See, Saturdays are interview days, and Fridays are creative and or nonsense days where I try to explain to you why everything went so horribly wrong. But for some reason, this isn't working. I guess I can. My CRTV show. I think I ought to have one. Actually, I think I would be pretty great for CRTV. No one has better hats than me, and I do have a nearly perfect face. So I think I would be a major asset to CRTV. I'm also pretty quick on my feet, linguistically and rhetorically, so that would be really fun. I'd make it like an interview show as well. Dax, get on that. Tweet at CRTV and tell them they should hire me because I am, frankly, just the best ever. Yeah, tweet at CRTV, hire Field Bears, also known as the Field. He is the best ever, and you should feel guilty for not hiring him. I will read off the monologue. Okay, so this is the monologue that supposed to happen when YouTube died. It's called On Consent and Consistency. All right, so before we get started, I have an announcement to make in the bear community. There will be a bear wedding in the near future. Killswitch Bear has proposed to her man, and he said yes. I am unsure of who was on their knees in this exchange or how it went, but I do know that they are going to face this world and build a healthy family together. Congratulations and Godspeed. Now, it is fairly obvious that our interpersonal interactions are, or at least ought to be, based on consent. In fact, if there's a breach of consent, in even the smallest ways, most of us have a rather visceral reaction. Think of a stranger pinching your shoulder in a crowd. Escalation is nigh inevitable. At the very least, an apology will be demanded. The resolution demanded increases with the severity of the breach. And the more wrong the aggressor is perceived to be, the more retribution will be demanded by the aggressee. That's an unintentional rhyme, guys. See, I'm already insane though. I don't need I need a sane co-host. Actually, Pinder and I would make for a really awesome show. We have great shows. I gotta have him on again soon. Soon. Uh, I think this is obvious and correct, such that I fail to understand a system of ethics that functions any differently than this. It would seem that most of the West agrees with me, or at least they say they do, because the penal system operates on some pivotal concepts, such as the presumption of innocence, the standard of beyond a reasonable doubt, habeas corpus, and the impartial adjudication to name a few. Basically, the fact that these concepts exist in our society is prima facie proof that consent is highly valuable to us because we want to be sure to be accurate in the censure of those who violate it. When you think on it, all crime is a violation of consent. Theft is the appropriation of somebody's property without consent. Fraud is the use of lies to manufacture consent that would be withheld in the light of the truth. Trespassing is the use or occupation of somebody's property without consent. Rape is the carnal knowledge of another person without consent, and murder is the taking of another person's life without consent. When it comes to suicide, the question is who owns your life? And I have my own view on that, but that's something for another time, I think. That's like a whole that's a whole monologue, guys. Monologue. Oh, that might be a future topic. Our instinct is to attempt to balance things out when consent is violated. That's why Lady Justice carries scales. We feel like the victim of crime is owed something. That something is often retribution, which is why Lady Justice also carries a sword. Murder, theft, rape, fraud, all of these things are universally accepted as bad, right? Well, no. We are not quite consistent in our application of moral standards here in the West. In the first place, we say that political power is derived from the consent of the governed. But what happens when an individual does not consent? Is a person's birth within particular borders considered consent? Even God does not think that birth within his church to be consent on its own. The state claims to stand above in that regard, such that you are subject to its jurisdiction by virtue of your birth. If you wanted a better state, you ought to have been born someplace else. So here's the next bit. Taxation is theft. Theft is the appropriation of somebody else's property without their consent, often with the use of force or the threat of force. Just try not paying taxes and see what happens. Go on, I dare you. The SWAT team busting down your door to cart your dangerous behind off to court will make a lie of the platitude that taxes are voluntary, that they are the price paid for government services and for living in a civilized society. If taxes were voluntary, then it would be an option to live as an outlaw and pay a bill if you find yourself in need of government services. So, my dudes, comment below your thoughts on consent. Look, anyone who's in the hangout groups can ask to be on, but tomorrow, like next week, I don't have a guest for next week. I need a guest for next week. I'll start asking in calls and such, but I have some things that need to get done. Sun is going down, and I have to go out and take care of those because this took a little bit longer than I expected it to. Oh boy, today has just been quite the day. So I won't be really. Don't. Yeah. So yeah, I'm done reading the chat, my dudes. Please comment below. Same as every day, 6 o'clock. Same as every day except for Thursday and Sunday, 6 o'clock Pacific time, PM. Yeah, I'm really glad I got it to work again too, Dax. I was really, really distraught over that. I was very distraught. Oh, why is my chat interested in me interviewing you though? The last Moonin? I gotta know. I think you're in one of the chats. So if you want to be on next week, just bring any topic. Any topic is okay. Like for my anyone who wants to be on the show can basically just ask me, and I'll try and work it in. All you have to do is bring a topic. For the Steelman, I decide. I decide the topic for Steelman's. All other interviews, all you have to do is tell me you want to be on the show, and I can make it happen. All right? It's really not that hard. As long as you are available in that time slot, you can be on the show. Just as long as you have a topic, any topic, and we can talk for 30 minutes or an hour. And it will be a grand old time. A grand old time. I don't think I have Dax. Comment below. I'm ending it right now. I'd love to have you on Big Ring and Bear. I think you're in one of the chats, but I'm ending it right now. Guys, have a great night, and never forget that socialism always ends in starvation and genocide. All the things, all the other things. Boy, it's been quite the. Thanks, Dax.